Hello and welcome to Storytime Reddit. Today's story comes from r/EntitledParents, where Ken, Karens, and their spawn get shut down. Today we're doubling up on Karens, starting with Entitled Mom tried to walk off with my mom's Christmas gifts, injured me, and then claimed I stole her items. I honestly can't believe that this just happened, but here we go. I was online shopping this morning when I saw these gorgeous outdoor Christmas lights at really great prices at a local store. My mother loves Christmas, but she's never had the money or time to put any lights up, but she longed to have some. I decided that, as an early Christmas present, that I would get her some that she could be proud of. I purchased some great deals online, like some light-up reindeer, her favorite, some color string lights with the colors red, green, white, blue, and purple, a snowflake-shaped light, and some light-up candy canes for her candy cane lane. I ordered them, paid with my credit card, and was actually able to pick them up in a store same day, all for less than $100, total steal. When I get there, I see there's a long line at customer service, so I decided to browse for a bit. I ended up getting a super great deal on a pair of dripping icicle lights, the buy one get one free deal. I then added a strand of light-up garland so she could decorate inside with more than just the tree. I know it's a lot, but I made good money from doing remote lab work at my university, and since I had more than enough saved up for tuition, decided to spoil my family after such a rotten year. What I got from my siblings, dad, and grandparents are not related to this event. So I go, pay, and sure enough, the line at customer service is a lot shorter. I get in line, wait maybe 20 minutes, and when I'm at the counter, I presented my email providing proof of purchase. But it takes a bit for her to scan the QR code as the device is apparently not reading it. I got no problem with that, because hey, things happen. When suddenly, my own cart is slammed into my side. See, what I did was put myself between my cart and the exit. I've read one too many horror stories of people just running off with others' purchases that I wanted to play it safe. And it kind of worked. Except for the fact that I'm now in a lot of pain because my own cart was rammed right into my hip bone and knee, knocking me over to the floor and nearly making me whack my head. And the crazy lady who did that then tried to push my own cart over me. All while screaming, I kid you not, "You stupid little thief." This lady was literally trying to sell that I stole her cart. Needless to say, I'm super pissed and super in pain. Security is called. I'm screaming at the lady to stop lying and give me back my cart, and then I ended up detained. Why? Sadly, she was Black and I was Caucasian, in a time of all this racism craziness. Now before you start on that whole, "you're racist" shit, I'm not. I couldn't care less if that lady was an alien or had purple skin or was the Queen of England herself. I treat others by how they treat me, and she was stealing my gifts for my mother and claiming I was the thief. Angry, I then twisted out of the security guy's hold, ripped the receipt out of my pocket, and shoved it in his face. "I have the receipt, you insert really nasty insult." He startled, steps back, and stares at the receipt, and I snap at him that he needs to get a pair of glasses because skin color or not, I have the receipt, that bitch doesn't. Now call me a damn ambulance because I can't take the bus home from how in pain my body was from being rammed by my own cart. An older security guard, a manager, and the head honcho supervisor come over, and the older guard started berating the younger guy for jumping to conclusions. Again, apparently. The manager checks my receipt, and sure enough, it's all mine, and the crazy lady has no receipt. Of course, then the lady starts wailing about how I must have stolen her receipt, only to have it pointed out that I had used my points card for that store, which was on the receipt, and they could match to my ID. They also had CCTV of me with all of my items, buying them, and then her coming along and grabbing them and ramming me with my own cart. I then have to sit there on a bench with all my items. The customer service girl who struggled to get the QR code to scan returned my phone to me. I dropped it on the counter when I was hit and started placing my items I had bought online into the cart, which had now been returned to me, while Crazy Lady was detained. Police and EMTs arrived not long after. Store actually wasn't that far from a hospital or police station, and after the EMTs loaded me onto the stretcher, my ankle was badly twisted from being knocked over, and I wanted to go to the hospital just to be safe. I give my statement, press charges before turning to the supervisor as he comes over. He's very apologetic and asks if I want anything from the store for free as compensation for this disaster. I told him that all I wanted was for A, the idiot security guard to either be rigorously retrained in thinking for once or be fired, B, that I wanted them to hold on to my purchases until I could come back to pick them up, and C, that crazy lady who is now screaming, "You'll hear from my son, he's a lawyer," which is how I know she's an EM, be permabanned from their entire chain because who knows if she's gotten away with it before or would do it again. The super agreed that it was more than fair. The security guy who detained me improperly looked horrified. And apparently Crazy Lady heard that and went deathly pale before she fainted right then and there. I'm now sitting in a hospital bed, my ankle in a cast, the bones cracked, my left hip and knee in pain, my right elbow bruised, and having to call my grandparents to pick me up because my family only has 2 cars and my sister and dad are both at work, hence why I took the bus. I'm so pissed it's not even funny. Typing this out on my phone, I don't care about spelling errors. What happened to me isn't right, no matter the skin color, and I'm going to be pressing charges. And I'm in Canada, so I can't make her pay my medical bill as it's covered by the provincial plan. Edit. I'm not going to answer questions for a while, as my grandma's almost here and I know she's going to be pissed. Not at me, but about what happened. I'm going to need to keep her from screaming at the nurses. Edit 2. To clarify real quick before my gran drops me off at home, I'm also a woman. Sorry. And now for the top comments. If you've enjoyed the story and would like to hear more, consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Thank you. Did you press charges? Because that's assault and attempted theft. Let her lawyer son tell her she's stupid with a criminal record. OP. Oh, hell yeah. You can also sue for emotional damages, loss of wages if applicable, aka consult a lawyer. Don't forget pain and suffering, worth $1 Canadian in USD. If you got the cops card, call them and let them know bones were broken. This is why I hide in my house for a while after Thanksgiving. I haven't even been to the grocery store. Ditto on staying in the house. That is why there is grocery delivery. Only places I go are those that don't really do in-store blowout sales, so Indigo/Chapters and then a treat at Starbucks. Huh. I don't hide, but when I go shopping, I try to have someone with or have pepper spray. Make sure the cop/store know how you have broken bones. Makes a big difference. At least where I am. Goes from simple assault to a felony. Also, can you not sue the woman and the store for pain and suffering? OP. Not the store. It wasn't their fault and the staff was really great. That crazy lady? Depends. But is the security guard on their staff? You're in Canada. Have fun trying to sue. It's a big, giant process. It's nothing like Judge Judy. It takes years and is very hard to win. And if you do, all she has to do is go bankrupt, which is a hell of a lot easier than getting a judgment of any sort. Edit. You may or may not be, but you totally sound like you live in the same shitty place as me. Suing in civil court in America is also a big giant process that will take years, especially when it's a personal injury case. But declaring bankruptcy in America doesn't always wipe out judgments. If you can get it attached to a person's property as a lien, it will survive, assuming they have any property, and it'll still mess with their credit report. Second up, Starbucks Mommy. This morning I decided to go to Starbucks to get my favorite drink. The Starbucks doesn't have a drive-thru. I parked next to an SUV and noticed a lady sitting in the driver's seat, but thought nothing of it. As I got out, she rolled down her window and this exchange happened. Excuse me, are you going in the Starbucks? Yes, why? Oh, good. I made a mobile order for me and the kids. I saw and heard screaming kids in the SUV. But I can't leave them in the car alone, so you can get my order and bring it out with you. It's under Sherry, thanks. Oh yeah, no, sorry, but I won't be doing that. And I started to walk away. Yelling out the window, hey, I said I needed you to get our order. I can't leave the kids in the car. How is that my problem? Walks away, ignoring her yelling still. I get back and she's still sitting there in her car, LOL. She starts berating me about how I don't know how hard it is to be a single mother. Why do they all seem to be single mothers? So I cut her off and said, you decided to spit all those things out. You can deal with them. Neither I nor anyone else owes you anything. Then I got in my car and left with her continuing to yell out her window. I wonder how long she sat there trying that same crap on others going into the Starbucks. Maybe if she'd asked nicely if I'd be willing to get her order, I'd have helped her out. Her entitled attitude in telling me to do it, though. Nope. And now for the top comments. I might have helped her if she asked politely. I've been in situations where I didn't want to take my kids in for short trips either, but I won't help anyone who demands it. She knew when she ordered she was going to have to go inside to pick it up. So much this. I'm the same way. Ask politely, and if it's a reasonable request, I'll do it. Order me to do it, and you can F right off. I'm trying to teach this very same concept to my toddler. I have to reiterate it constantly. Apparently, this woman didn't get the memo in her toddler years. I'm currently going through this with both my boys. They aren't demanding, like, make me this now. It's more like, I'm not going to do it until you ask politely. My 2-year-old is still super polite, so I'm not sure where I went wrong with the boys. Same here. A request will most likely be granted, but a demand is denied out of hand. You can get this for me, as opposed to, could you please get this for me? It's a no-brainer. First example is a big fat nope from my nopetopus. My brain is thinking she's about to steal someone else's drink. Def not going to do that. I did test it when I hear someone direct someone else to do something and end it with, thanks. Then they always look away, like a superior person who has just washed their hands of a distasteful situation. Same, even better when you don't comply. Sorry, lady, it's still your problem. I fully expected there to be a finger snap and a, come on, chop chop, I'm in a hurry, tacked on at the end of her demands. What a twit. And that is when I drop the coffee. Oops, oh well. Thanks for stopping by Storytime Reddit. I hope you'll come again soon. Bye for now.